So there's been a fake scandal that's been floating around for a while. We talked about it the other day, and it's that Barack Obama is actually gay. In fact, Tucker Carlson thought it was so important that he did a whole special episode on it where he interviewed a guy who accused Obama of having gay sex with him in like 1999 or something like that. And I just find all of it very hilarious. First of all, who cares, right? Like, who cares? Second of all, the guy who they're using as like the main voice for the theory is literally a career criminal. He's had a 27-year history, criminal record, and he specializes in crimes of deceit, like fraud, forgery, for example. But it gets better. Homie took a polygraph test on this, whether or not he slept with Obama, and he failed it. That's the truth test or whatever you want to call it, right? No, they're not perfectly accurate. They're like 80% accurate or so. So they're not admissible in court. But he failed it. And they're all in. Like, again, number one, who cares? Number two, like, this is the main guy you have for the evidence. Okay, so that was a big deal. Well, apparently there's a somewhat similar scandal happening on the right now. So Tim Scott is one of the establishment Republicans running for the presidency, and he's been getting money from, big money GOP donors. But turns out they're hesitant now. Why are they hesitant? Because Tim Scott is a bachelor. So what are they fearful of? Hey man, you're a grown-ass man, you're a middle-aged man, and you're not married. Oh no, bro, maybe you're gay. Like, this is how they're thinking, and they're making a thing of it. So this is in Business Insider. Senator Tim Scott says people point out that he's single because they, quote, can't say I'm black. Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina has a theory about why people are drawing attention to the fact that he's never been married. It's like a different form of discrimination or bias, the 2024 GOP presidential candidate told the Washington Post. You can't say I'm black because that would be terrible, so find something else that you can attack. Scott also said other GOP contenders may be seeking to sow seeds of doubt about his campaign and finding a way to say that this guy isn't one of us with the insinuations about his personal life. But Scott, his political confidants, and his friends all insist that he's not gay. In fact, Scott insists he has a girlfriend, though the campaign declined to identify her to the Post. Quote, I can't imagine dragging her onto the campaign trail unless I have the intention of marrying her, Scott said in the Post interview, which he said would be the only conversation I'm going to have about her in any form or fashion unless he wins. Still, the rumor mill about Scott has persisted. The joke has always been that he is secretly gay or something, said an unnamed GOP operative who came to the Post with a dossier of information about Scott's known personal relationships. Even Matt Schlapp, the head of the American Conservative Union, who was himself accused earlier this year of sexually assaulting a man, joked to the Post that former President Donald Trump would be picking a gay vice president if he selected Scott as his running mate. Oh, that's rich. Matt Schlapp is grabbing schlongs left and right, and he's like, bro, look at this gay over here. And Axios recently reported that some Republican donors wanted to know more about Scott's single status before backing him as a candidate. Scott first revealed the existence of his current girlfriend during an Axios interview in May. Quote, half of America's adult population is single for the first time, Scott said at that time. To suggest that somehow being married or not married is going to be the determining factor of whether you're a good president or not, it sounds like we're living in 1963 and not 2023. Many thoughts on this. First of all, I do feel kind of bad that, like, if somebody's single, apparently that becomes a scandal among, like, very serious people. Like, who cares? There's so many people who are single. It's not a big deal. What, are you not allowed to do anything, like, in public life or serious if you're single? Like, I was single for a pretty long time. Who gives a shit, right? And it's not like people were looking at me and judging me as a result of it. It's just like, it's whatever. It is what it is. Now I'm married, same thing. It is what it is. The idea that that's used as, like, to categorize somebody as, like, serious, worth taking seriously versus not serious, it's sort of messed up, right? Now, to his girlfriend point, do I actually believe him that he has a girlfriend? I kind of don't. I kind of think he's just saying that to be like, no, this isn't a big deal. I actually have a girlfriend. She just goes to a different school, bro. You don't even know who she is. No big deal, bro. Whatever. She's actually really pretty, but whatever, bro. So, I don't think he has a girlfriend. On the gay one, I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Who cares? Either way, it doesn't really matter. But it is kind of crazy to me, though, that the Republican donor class is like, yeah, before we thought he was gay, we were giving him a whole bunch of money. Now we think he might be gay. We're cutting it off. And that's really how it's working. And it's like, First of all, he had a 0.0% chance of winning the presidential nomination before when you didn't think he was gay. And today, now that you think he's gay, he still has a 0.0% chance. But they were opening the money spigot previously, and now they're like, oh, no, gotta shut that off. Why? He might like dick. Like, what? What? So anyway, there you have it. I mean, I kind of feel bad for him. Everybody's all up in his personal life. But if I was him, I would lean even harder into like, who cares? It's my personal life. I want to run the country. Running the country means, you know, I care about policy and taxes and foreign policy and whatever. Like, this is what matters. Who cares what's happening at night in bed with somebody I'm with or not with? It's totally irrelevant. I would really lean into that because I do think the attacks on this front are just totally unfair. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.